Well, rich or poor, what if I told you it's pretty much in your hands, that you could be rich if you just weren't so lazy? But is it really that simple? With us now, mega best-selling author and Yahoo columnist Robert Kiyosaki. In his new book, he co-writes with Donald Trump entitled, Why We Want You to Be Rich, Two Men, One Message. He talks about such things. Robert, good to have you.
Hey, thanks again, Neil.
So we're lazy, is that it?
I wrote this article for Yahoo Finance about 3 weeks ago, and I've said some very controversial things on in that column. It's a great column, by the way. But nothing has upset more people than me calling poor people lazy. I mean, this one's created a firestorm.
But what were you saying?
So,
you weren't calling poor people lazy, to be fair to you, but you were saying it's in our psyche. What did you mean?
Well, Yahoo Finance is written for people who want to be rich, so I didn't expect hardcore poor people to read it. But my definition of lazy is not doing something you know you should be doing. For example, when I was in school, I knew I should do my homework, but I didn't want to do it. That's being lazy. Or this morning, I got up and I knew it was time to go to the gym, but the fat boy in me won, so I didn't go to the gym. And so when it comes to money, we all know what we should be doing. Sometimes we don't do it. So that's my definition of lazy, and I don't put myself above and beyond that call.
But you are rich, all right? So it's easy for you to say that. So you've become rich, and you could live off just the royalties from your books, and you'd be set fine. But the fact is, a lot of Americans are working their tushes off here, so they're going to listen to what you say and say, this guy's nuts.
Well, one of the definitions is to keep doing, of insanity is keep doing what stopped working. So today to just keep working and get poor is actually being lazy. It doesn't cost you any money to read a book, like hopefully one of my books, or attend a seminar, or learn something new. A lot of people work hard, but they come home and they watch TV at night, and they go back to a job that's not going to get them further ahead. So that's
you're saying in order to become rich, it's got to be not quite a 24/7 deal, but you've got to make it a focus that this is your goal, to be rich, and you've got to constantly work at it. So it's not a 9-to-5 thing, right?
Right. If you're Paris Hilton, your mommy and daddy gave you $350 million, you can afford to be lazy, but she's still pretty active. I've been rich and I've been poor, and for me to become rich again took a lot of work. And that's all I'm saying. And a lot of people right now want to be rich, but I think they're letting their laziness get in the way. I'll say it again. I'd be richer and I'd be healthier if I wasn't so lazy.
All right, but the fact of the matter is you are very rich. I must stress that again. You're one of the best-selling authors of all time. So that's a moot point. We're going to shove that aside. This modesty stuff isn't becoming, by the way. But let me just say that people wondering and how they can get rich themselves, this idea of get quick in real estate, that's kind of fading because real estate doesn't seem as attractive. The stock market seems kind of iffy, up one day, down the next, hasn't gained much traction over the last few years. So what do they do?
Well, right now, I've watched my Yahoo articles. I love oil, gold, and silver. I think they're undervalued right now.
Even now?
I love
even
that.
Now?
Oh, even now. And so but there's also good and bad in that whole thing. This is what I have to say to people. I've had the benefit of and the good fortune to travel and do business throughout the world. America is the easiest country in the world to get rich in. If you cannot get rich in America, you're either incompetent or you're lazy. Take your pick.
So bottom line, if you really want to make it your goal to have a better life for yourself and those after you, you keep one eye on the job, but another on a portfolio that you can hopefully grow?
Yes. I call it, it's what you do in your part-time that makes you rich or poor. When you go to your job, your boss's job is only to give you some money. What you do with that money is what you do in your spare time. And what makes you rich or poor is your spare time work. Look at Hewlett-Packard. They started in a garage. Henry Ford started in a garage.
Good point.
And so that's where America people get rich. Another thing, too, is people are thinking about taxes right now. The tax laws in America are written for people who want to be rich. So this is a great country. We have our problems, but this is an easy country to get rich in.
All right. Depends if you have a rich dad or a poor dad, right? All right, Robert Kiyosaki, always good seeing you. Thank you very much.